I never really believed in ghost stories. I've always been more of a skeptic than anything else. But what happened to me 3 years ago still haunts me, and maybe, after telling this, I'll finally be able to sleep through the night again. I had just moved into an old apartment in the city center. It was way too cheap for such a good location, but the realtor just said the place had low demand. I didn't question it at the time. Money was tight. From the very first night, I noticed something strange. There were no mirrors in the apartment. None. Not even in the bathroom. I thought it was weird, but maybe the previous tenant had some superstition, or issues with their own reflection, I don't know. I bought a wall mirror and installed it in the hallway. It was the only free space. That same night, I dreamed of someone standing behind me. I couldn't see their face, just the eyes. Black, sunken, like they were buried deep in the skull. I woke up sweating, and the mirror was facing the wall. I figured I must have done it in my sleep. Tried to laugh it off. But the next day, it happened again. And again. On the third night, I secured the mirror with strong double-sided tape. There was no way it could turn by itself. I woke up to a sharp crack, like glass breaking. The mirror had split right down the middle. But it hadn't fallen. It was still hanging, except now there was a crack that seemed to divide two faces. On one side, mine. On the other, something almost identical, but subtly wrong. The mouth looked like it was smiling, even when I wasn't. I stared at that reflection for minutes, trying to convince myself it was just an optical illusion. But then, it blinked. Before I did, I ripped the mirror off the wall and threw it in the trash. Slept with all the lights on. But the next night, the hallway was dark. Every bulb burned out. On the floor, the mirror, whole, no cracks. And now, it reflected the apartment as if it were daytime, brightly lit, with me standing inside it. Even though I wasn't in front of it, I started hearing things. Footsteps. Voices whispering my name. Muffled laughter. And sometimes, when I looked directly into the mirror, I saw shadows moving. Inside the image, not in the real world. I decided to sleep somewhere else. Went to a friend's house. Told him part of the story. He laughed, said it was stress, lack of sleep. But that night, his phone rang with a video call, from my number. On the screen, he saw my room. And me, sleeping. Even though I was right there next to him. We ran back to the apartment the next morning. The mirror was on the bed. And on the glass were marks. Like fingerprints, but from the inside. I called a priest, a healer, a medium. They all refused. Said they felt an energy that wasn't from this plane. One of them cried just stepping into the hallway. In the end, I decided to leave. Moved to another state, started over. But I've never had mirrors in my house again. Still, sometimes, when I walk past store windows or catch a glimpse in a bus window, I see my reflection smiling, before I do. And I think, one day, it's going to come out.